Hello everybody, this is Olena Spicer and I'm here to show you my idea for prompt number 23, the birds. This prompt is part of Shabby Creep Challenge, Shabby Creep 24, hosted by Release the Craftin', and more information is available on their website. I hope you are enjoying participating, or if you're not participating yet, that you will join us. So today's prompt again is the birds, and I am not going to do a tag this time, but I'm thinking about doing something layered again. So I have a couple things here that I prepared, so I just used those concentric circles dies to cut this donut shape on my manual die cutter, and then I also cut an acetate piece the same size as the outside circle, and I was thinking about putting it underneath here. Right now it's backed with paper. I also have this bird on a branch. It's an older Sizzix die cut that I've had for a while. I was thinking about like putting it over the acetate first, and then to just for more support, and then layering this piece over it for this sort of peekaboo effect. And then I ripped a bunch of little papers, sort of the same that I previously used for my tags, and I was just thinking about arranging them around the circle to create this sort of nest-like shape, or to kind of see, yeah, so just kind of nest-like shape. And then I have another bird that is larger, also an older Sizzix die cut, that I was going to probably put on the top. So gonna see if I change my mind as I'm working on these. Also have the this vine leafy trim that I might use, and also possibly these stickers as well. And these are from the Halloween collection at Michael's. So I think I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac adhesive for this, and I'm going to start with my pieces. And again, I pulled some that are in the same color scheme or same papers that I've been using for my, sorry about the noise, that is my cat. She wants to play. But same as the text that I have been making, just for continuity. And I'm going to, my plan is to fit them all in the same, not fit them, but use them all in the same journal later. But I really like this glue because it doesn't, the paper doesn't buckle, and so that's perfect for making flatter pieces. I'm also going to stitch around it as usual, so I don't need as much glue right now, because I will have the stitching reinforcing everything together. Again, I apologize for any noise. It seems like it's just a really noisy evening tonight. I'm filming this on Friday evening. After a long week at work, it's really nice to just sit down and do some stuff with paper. Definitely very relaxing. And how has your week been? Hope it was this week was a good week for you, and you get to enjoy the weekend now. I'm going to go on a little day trip this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go see some waterfalls, do little hikes. There's a I live in Washington. I think I mentioned this before, but Columbia River partly separates Oregon and Washington. And so there's a place called Columbia River Gorge. Maybe you have heard of it. And it's really beautiful on its own, but there are also some waterfalls. along it, and so I always like going there, so I'm going to go again this weekend. I haven't been there in a little while. They had the highway that goes along the waterfalls, they had it closed for a little while because someone burned. There was actually a fire and someone burned the, I think it just, a lot of vegetation got burned and some highway structures. Yeah, it's really sad, but they had it closed for a while and now it's opened up again. So I think this is sort of my nest-like structure. That's what it looks like on the back. But again, I was thinking about attaching the bird, so I'm going to think maybe where, in which area exactly, so we can still see the bird. So it will be a little bit of a peekaboo effect. Can still see the bird behind the nest, and or a wreath. I guess it also kind of looks like a wreath a little bit too. And then whatever is behind it, we'll be able to see it as well. So I think I like it right here. So I'm gonna go with that. And again, I will stitch it all together. So so will be reinforced more. But it's nice to kind of glue it in place. See, this is the hard part, deciding where exactly to set it. I think like this, maybe. Okay. So that will be one of the birds. And then I'll do a little bit of glue here just to hold it together temporarily. And this glue works great even on this slick surface like acetate. Okay, gonna let that dry for just a little bit. So I'm gonna take off my acetate piece, so it doesn't look super pretty on the back, but that's okay. And then again, so you can kind of see through, not kind of, I don't know why I said that, you can see through the acetate. So I'm going to cut off the pieces that I don't need here. Okay, so it's starting to shape up. Let's see, I probably don't need any more pieces of paper. So since this is Shabby Creep, I was thinking about adding a couple of skulls here. Just want to see how they look. Maybe where the paper connects would be nice to cover up a few seams a little bit. Don't know, I usually like things to be uneven numbers. Maybe one right here. And then, so we have 4, so I'll go ahead and add the 5th one. I think I read somewhere before that using uneven numbers is more visually pleasing. Don't know if it's exactly true or not, but usually I like to stick with that. So this is what it looks like right now. There will also going to be some trim. So maybe I can attach that right now to a nice thing about this glue is, you probably know all this, but another nice thing about this glue is that it does go through the sewing machine just fine. Maybe I can put a little bit on the leaves here and there just to hold it in place until I sew it in place. Maybe something like this. I am sorry I'm not talking too much right now. I'm concentrating on this trim. It's kind of bending, making it a little bit harder to keep it in place, or not bending, twisting. But again, once I sew it on, it will be all good. It will be reinforced together with everything, acetate and the die cut. And I, just like I said last time, I still haven't made a journal for this, but I have one started. So I really hope that before this challenge is over, or maybe a little bit after it's over, I can film a video and show you how I put everything in my journal, all these elements. I think that would be fun. My skulls got covered up a bit, and that's okay. They're there, they still provide texture, but maybe I should have attached the trim first and then the skulls. Alright, so, but I think the pink colors and the yellowish colors do make it look shabby, but then our bird is dark and there are some skulls in this nest. So I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to go and sew or stitch this together, and I will be right back. And this is what it looks like after stitching. So this is what it looks like in the front. I did one zigzag stitch and then went around 3 times with just a straight stitch, and then this is what it looks like on the back. And then I also took, I glued a couple pieces and then stitched them with just one zigzag stitch to this bird that I was going to put on the top. I also found these from one of the Priscilla's cut apart sheets, and I've been using them for my tags, so I thought for consistency I will use these as well, and I was thinking about adding them on top of this bird. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I think we're getting close to being done. So the whole phrase didn't fit, so I cut off the article. I'm going to put that separately. And I like my things to not be even, but to be a little bit off. And for the tags, I have been stapling them on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this one as well. And I'll staple both of them. And that just adds more texture as well. And I like to bend these back. Just so it's smoother and doesn't rub up on anything. Okay. And then I think we are almost done, so let me see if there's anything else I can think of. But yeah, I was thinking like this part will go in the journal, and it could be fun, you know, like if it peeks through to your writing, or maybe a photo, or just any design, or music paper. It would look cool with something behind it, book pages. And then this one would go on the top, and I wasn't going to attach it or like glue over it. I was going to put a hole through her tail, and I was thinking about using a brad. And so one option is just to have it like this and then glue it over. your design, not your design, your art journal or your junk journal page, and then you can lift the bird or rotate it on the bread and then see what's underneath. Another option would be to actually attach it directly through this and the junk journal page, so it would come out on the opposite side of the page and then the whole thing will rotate. So I'm just going to attach it for now, and then I can always take it apart if I want to attach it through the page once I make my journal. But just poking a hole, whether you do it with sorry, my cat is making more noise. She's very noisy today. Whether can use a hole punch or can use let me see, I'm looking to see what I have. I think I have this nifty hole punch. It's pretty good, and I think I'll use this size 1/8 it says, if it fits through far enough. Okay, looks good. And then I'm going to put the bread through, and again, just for now I'm going to do this temporarily until I decide. But again, you can just put some glue here and completely glue it on your junk journal page. Then the only thing that is moving is the bird, so you can move it and see what's on the inside. Or you can put this bread through your junk journal page, so then it's not only the bird that will rotate off, but also the nest or wreath itself. But here I think this looks good to me. So thank you very much again for coming to watch my, oops, I'm sorry, I'm completely out of frame. Thank you very much again for coming to watch my video today. And tomorrow it's going to be Kim at Serene Bookworks. It's her turn with prompt number 24, Floral Patterns. So I hope you go check her out. I will have all creators who are participating in this. I will have everyone's link listed. And again, thank you so much for watching my video. I'm sorry for extra noises. And this was prompt number 23, the birds. And I will see you again soon with a prompt like royalty, and I think it's on the 25th or 26th. I'll check that, but I will see you again in less than a week with another prompt. Have a very good weekend. Thank you for watching again.